Hello, hello, hello. I know this is an impromptu live. I'm really not anticipating too many people showing up other than just a few pop-ins here and there. But I wanted to make an announcement. I've been working up in my craft room, getting a lot of my things kind of put together and organized. And I've had people say, we'd really love it if you would do some crochet. And I've been putting it off and putting it off until I got oh, Nisi, I'm glad you popped in. I'm glad you popped in. I finally got a really nice 62-inch ring light. I think Nisi might even have the same one. Has a gooseneck holder on it for my phone so I can have an angle over my shoulder while I crochet. I'm not sure if that's the angle I'll actually do for this, but I'm glad that I have it as an option. I have something stuck in my teeth. So what I wanted to announce, because people have been asking for, is they keep saying, Country Mama, please do some crochet. Please do some crochet. And I thought about it and I thought about it and I really thought about what I wanted to do. And when I was going through my craft room today, I have this beautiful box that was gifted to me by a friend. I'm going to hold it up here so you can see all of the beautiful colors in it. Look at the light teal, the dark teal, the grays, some grayish in there even. Oh, thank you, sweetie. I know I threw this up here so quickly and impromptu, I wasn't even sure how this was going to go. But even if it's just me, I'm still going to go forward with it. And I'm going to have fun with it because it's something I've been wanting to do for a while. I crochet a lot of things and I either sell them or I give them away. Sometimes it's how I make my money, and I have tons and tons and tons of yarn that I need to do something with. And I have some Afghans. I have some over here on my quilt rack, but there's one I've always wanted to make for myself, and I've never have. Now it's one that I made for my very best friend when she got married 21 years ago, and she still uses that Afghan every single day. So I think I should make one for myself. So I just started looking at this box and getting some color inspiration just based on the colors of this beautiful box. And I started looking through some of my yarn. I've got some yarn cakes that I made. And I thought I'm going to make myself a really nice crochet just based on this family of colors. Now, as I run out of one color, I will find another one to add simply because I want to use up my stash. So this is going to be a really nice stash buster if you're interested. And let me show you the colors that I'm going to be working with. I do have them here behind me. And again, this is going to be a sampler crochet Afghan. So what I want to do is I want to get together every week and walk you through the pattern. Now the pattern will be in every week. It will be in the description. So you'll be able to follow along and you can work ahead on that pattern, as we go if you'd like. It's not going to be where you have to wait for me to finish a row before you can go on to the next row. I will have the pattern made available for you. And I just thought we would make a sampler every week and then put the blankets together, put the Afghans together. So based on this little box, you hear this? Hello, Grandma Grows. This is just full of crochet hooks. I have a crochet hook problem. I mean, it's full of crochet hooks. And I have a yarn problem. I have 12 foot of storage plus bins of yarn. So what I want to do is, because I'm an ovarian cancer survivor, I want my first color to be this beautiful teal. So we're going to do teal cakes. Yes, thank you, Nisi, for sharing that out for Grandma. So I have this beautiful teal. And then I have a lighter aqua that's just going to be pulled right out of this lovely little bin. I have some gray. I've got grays and grayish. Use some of that. And then I'm going to use some white. And I think this is going to be just a beautiful little Afghan that I want to put together in a sampler style. Now you may ask what the sampler style is going to be. And that just means that every week that we get together, our squares, which will be approximately 6 inches by 6 inches, they might be a little bigger because when I did this pattern last time, I didn't like the border. I want to make a better border so that they fit together better. So these are my basic colors to start with, and I wanted to give you guys a heads up enough time that if you want to do some stash busting and get into your stash of yarn and maybe use up some colors, you don't have to have colors in the same family. You can just get some of your smaller scraps and do 1 square a week, and they can be eclectic. It can be a kaleidoscope of colors. It doesn't matter. Thank you, Lisa. So getting into my little box here, and this is again the box that I'm working this color scheme off of. I'm going to get an H hook because this is what you're going to need. So you're going to need to pick out some colors that you want to work with when we start this. You're going to want to get a size H hook, and you're going to need some scissors. Now, once we put everything together, then you're going to need your yarn needle, things like that. Hello, Grace and Fire. We're just announcing a really nice little sampler crochet along. I'm going to do this once a week. I'd like to hear from you in the chat if this is something that you're interested in doing, and it will be no pressure. There will be no pressure. I'll be going live. If you can make it to the live, great. And chit chat, that's wonderful. Hello, Lynn. If you can't make it to the live, it'll be available in a replay, and you can watch the replay to get the pattern and follow along with the pattern if you need to. You can comment on the replays if you have questions, or you can always private message me, and I'll see if I can help you get through a specific pattern. But I think that's it. It's just going to be low stress, 1 square at a time. By the time we're done, we'll have 63 squares to put together for a beautiful queen size Afghan. All sampler patterns, no 2 patterns will be alike. Now, if you come across a pattern you really don't like, but you have another one that you did, if you're working up a pattern, you're like, I'm not feeling it, it's okay to go back to one that you did like, or wait for one that you do like, and you can switch them out. But the whole process of it is to have a sampler pattern of 63 different patterns, 63 different squares, putting them together for a beautiful heirloom Afghan that you can pass on. So when am I starting this? That's something, hello Seed Faith Homestead, something I wanted to talk to the people in the chat about. The reason I chose this pattern is because we're going to be coming up into spring and summer. Nobody wants to have a big, heavy Afghan on their lap during those hot months. That's why I'm doing this just small 6.5 inch squares, 1 a week. So I would like to know from you guys, if this is something that you're interested in doing, what would be a good time for you? Would you like it to be a morning time? Would you like it to be an afternoon time? Would you like it to be a little bit later in the evening? Not right when Papa Jim comes home for dinner, because that's kind of our time. But I could do 8:30, 9 o'clock at night Central Time. I can do it, maybe take over where my coffee chat time is, maybe immediately following coffee chat, or Monday mornings, anything like that. Monday, Tuesday, I don't care. You guys let me know. So Lisa says she'd like for it to be in the morning. Does anybody else have any idea? How many skeins of yarn do I need? Are we using acrylic? Yes, it's acrylic. It is the worsted weight yarn. And how many skeins will you need? Let me get back to you, free handling, because I'm doing a stash buster. So I'm just going to be grabbing cakes out of my stash buster. Give me 1 second. I'm going to say, to be fair, probably about 70 ounces between all your different colors. So take that in consideration. Again, I'm going to be doing a yard buster. Hello, hello. Hello, Yossi. Hello, Brenda. So, okay, Lisa, that's quite all right. Let me know evening. During the day, I'm working on commission projects. Okay, and keep in mind, these crochet alongs will probably only be half an hour, because again, we're only working 6-inch squares. So if we end up setting up for time, I'll put a poll up on my community page. How's that? I'll put a poll up, and then we'll see what's the best day and what's the best time. We'll go from there. And then it's always available on the replay. Okay. But I guarantee you, this is a beautiful quilt when you're done. It will be an heirloom piece. You can pass it on to loved ones. Make it for a gift, make it for yourself. Use up your stash of yarn that you have. I'm not kidding. I've got so much yarn. It isn't even funny. And I have to use some of it. So I'm not going to be buying any new yarn. But basic stitches, there's not going to be anything that's too outrageous. Yes, a poll. You haven't crocheted in years. And you know that's what's really great, Grace and Fire, is this is going to start very basic. Your first square is going to be basic. So single crochet. And then we'll work up as we go through the patterns. they'll build on each other. So by the time you get to the 5th pattern and you need to know 3 different stitches, we will have covered those 3 stitches and you'll be more familiar with them. And then, like I said, you can always reach out to me and we can walk through some of the stitches if you need any additional help. The one thing that I will admit may throw you guys off is I'm a lefty. So as I have my new ring light focused on what I'm doing, it may appear to be a mirror image to you because I work from left to right where righties work from right to left, but it's not going to affect your patterns at all. That's another reason why I chose this pattern, because some patterns are completely backwards when I do them because I'm a lefty. So what weight yarn? It's a 4-ply worsted weight. So you don't want bulk, you just want the worsted weight yarn. How many colors do you suggest we get for these, for those of us who don't have a yarn stash? I would suggest a minimum of 3 colors, minimum. Now, I would say 3 colors for your squares, and then I think the way I want to do this one this time, a little different from the last time, is I would suggest 3 main colors and then a color to crochet them all together. So what we'll be doing is we'll do the square, then we're going to add a row of single crochet around every single square in a neutral color. Then when we put all the squares together, we'll put them together with that neutral color. So you'll have nice rows and ribbing down the middle of each row that's the same color. So for instance, if I were to choose white for a square and then I trim it in white and then I sew them together, it's going to kind of get lost in that pattern. And if you go with 6 or 7 different colors, you're going to have this beautiful kaleidoscope color, and you want the white separating those colors. So that's what I would do. Pick a minimum of 3 colors. I say that things, like all things, flower arranging, anything else you want, usually you work in odd numbers. So if you'd like to do 3 colors plus a base for joining, or 5 colors plus a base for joining, make sure they're in the family that's going to work together for you. And make sure if you pick one that looks like they're going to sell out, grab an extra. You don't want to get where you almost get, you don't want to play yarn chicken. You don't want to play yarn chicken. Hello, Denise. Welcome. We're going to be doing a crochet along if you're interested. So that's pretty much it. I'll put a poll up as soon as we're done here. And I'll get everything ready. Based on what the poll says, I will drop something for next week for our first square on the crochet along. Very simple skills. So the things you want to get again is, what did I say? Approximately 70 ounces of yarn, 4-ply worsted weight acrylic yarn, in 3 to 5 colors plus 1 color for joining. We're going to have borders around each square and then join them. You smashed the like button. Thank you. And I sent you a message on Instagram, Grace and Fire. Not sure if you got back to me on that, but you and Denise, I need to mail you your patterns that you won. So, and a size H hook. Now, if you're anything like me, this is why I have all these hooks, because you lose your hook. So make sure you have more than one H hook. Okay. So, H 5.0 hook, have an extra, because if it falls down in between the cushions of the couch, or if you tuck it in your shirt and then you can't find it for a couple of days because you took your shirt off somewhere, it happens all the time. Or you stick it in your hat and then you forget it's there, and then you're running around like crazy trying to find where your hook is. So thank you, Yossi. Do you crochet at all, Yossi? This will not be a beginner's class. You do need to know some basics, like how to make your slip knot so that you can put it onto your hook, how to do the chain, and then basic stitches, single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet. We'll work from there, because once you get those basics down, it's easy peasy from there. Okay, well, you can watch and you can learn, because we'll be talking about things. This will be, as I said earlier, I'm hoping it will be very relaxed. It will not be exceptionally full of chat. I hope to have some music in the background, a spot of tea, and beautiful lighting, and just sit and crochet and have it be a relaxing respite time. So let me finish with that. Let me get working on putting a poll up onto my community page. Everybody can comment there about when would be the best time for you. And I'm going to have to commit to, like, doing my hair. That's why I'm wearing a hat today. do my hair today. I barely have makeup on. But I want to look nice for you, so it'll make me get up and get going and get my hair in rollers and stuff so I can come together with you and do a nice Afghan for you with you, and you can do one for yourself and gift it if you need to. So hello, Heather Lynn. We're talking about doing a crochet along for a sampler stitch crochet along heirloom Afghan. So do you crochet at all, Heather Lynn? I used to, according to Brenda, I used to, but haven't in years. Still have a blanket I never finished. Oh yes. Do you know how many things I don't have finished? I have 2 bins over here right now of things I haven't finished. And if I were completely honest with you, completely 100% honest, I have this blanket started somewhere. I probably have 6 of the 63 squares done somewhere, but I don't think they're going to be in the colors that I want these to be this time. So I'm not even going to hunt them down. I'm going to start fresh with you guys. We'll start with square one at square one. Heather Lynn, you haven't crocheted in a long time. If you know how to chain and how to do your single crochet, we will build from there. The single crochet will go to a half double crochet, to a double crochet, and then we'll start throwing in some better patterns. Every square of the 63 squares will be a different pattern. And so you just kind of grow on that. My crochet stuff has been put away for quite a while. Well, Heather Lynn, bust it out. Bust it out. All you need is an H hook. And if you've got some yarn sitting around and you want to use it as a stash buster, get out some of your crochet and stash bust. So, all right, guys, I'll put the poll up. I'll do it within the next 10 minutes. Vote on the poll, and then we'll see what we can put together. And like I said, if you missed the live for it, you can always go back and watch the replay. And I will be actually starting a playlist for our crochet alongs. So all you'll have to do is go to my page, my channel, find the playlist and find the one that you need. Okay, so that'll be super, super simple. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm super excited about that. It's something I've wanted to do for a while. So let's crochet. Let's be some happy hookers and stop procrastinating and being the procrastinating hooker that I am. You know what? It is just now 4:48. I hear Papa Jim downstairs. He's been gone all day away at a special training, about 2 hours away, and so he's home. I'm going to go downstairs and welcome him home and see about what I can cook for him for dinner. So I'm going to do that and get the poll up, and we will talk to you soon. I know about your polar bear, Yossi. Don't worry about that. I've got my eye for some specific things. They're not in the store yet, so don't worry. I haven't forgotten you. I have not forgotten your polar bear. Okay, guys? All right. We'll talk. I'm glad you're excited, Nisi. I think this is wonderful. We're going to have a really good time. All right. Have a great evening, everybody. Have a great weekend. And I will put some information about our crochet along out as soon as I can. Papa Jim's coming up the stairs. I've been caught red-handed.
Oh.
Come here and give me a kiss. You're live.
Am I live?
You're live. Bye, guys. We'll talk to you soon.